supporters behind me, as you can see, have broken out in chants of USA, USA, are booing the Clinton campaign when they show up on the monitors behind us. The bars are open.
At this point, if he wins Michigan,
done.
Done. He's there.
Prior to that, he had been hemorrhaging in the polls, right? We had the Access Hollywood, we had all the female accusers come out. Prior to that, it was the Alicia Machado thing, and there were just all sorts of traps, and the debates didn't help him. The numbers were not on his side, but there was a shift a couple of weeks before this election night, and from the look of it, she never recovered.
Last scene here was no accident. That was the metaphor that she was supposed to have shattered. And of course, absolutely none of it has happened, and they really can't quite believe it. They thought earlier in the night they could knock Trump out by winning Florida. That would make it impossible, but they failed to do that.
And they said they're joining us right now and made a pretty dramatic change in your forecasting.
Well, it's not about our forecast. It's about the fact that we haven't had any swing states called yet, and those are states that Clinton was supposed to win. Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. Those states are all correlated, meaning that if you have problems with white working class voters, if you don't turn out African Americans, then you potentially lose those states or win by a razor-thin margin. I mean, she is in profound trouble right now in the Electoral College.
You're looking at the battleground states right now, the states in blue, Hillary Clinton, states in red, Donald Trump. And in the remaining states, Donald Trump has numeric leads in just about all of them.
CNN now projects that Donald Trump will carry the state of Wisconsin. He will win Wisconsin with its 10 electoral votes. He's cracked the so-called blue wall.
President Trump may be something that everybody needs to get used to, including the Republican Party. And I have to say here's three people, smart minds in the Republican Party, and I think we all thought it couldn't happen, that he couldn't do this on the power of white voters alone, that he couldn't do what he did, and guess what? He may just do it. Mike Murphy, what did you miss?
Oh, boy, I missed a lot. Under the normal rules of politics, he couldn't put it together, but he's broken the normal rules, and he's getting votes he shouldn't get at a huge level among white America, where partisanship doesn't seem to have the same glue. States like Wisconsin, which are full of white Democrats who apparently in big numbers are voting for him.
Does Bernie Sanders lose Wisconsin? Anybody?
A complete earthquake. This was an earthquake unlike any earthquake I've really seen since Ronald Reagan in 1980. It just came out of nowhere.
I don't know why anyone should be surprised that people, the media, the polls have been wrong. Again, I think this has just been a very, very incredibly unpredictable election. Donald Trump obviously knew something that a lot of people didn't.
What are you hearing tonight? What are you reading?
Well, let's just cut to the chase. Assuming, and that's what we're talking about, that he does win, people I'm speaking to think it's absolutely catastrophic. That it's catastrophic for the United States, that it's catastrophic for our position in the world.
This is a modern-day political miracle you're witnessing before your eyes right now. And that is to go up against everybody and all the pundits and all the pollsters and all the prognosticators out there and defy all the odds. And it's the American people that have said enough is enough.
People have talked about a miracle. I'm hearing about a nightmare. It's hard to be a parent tonight for a lot of us. You tell your kids, don't be a bully. You tell your kids, don't be a bigot. You tell your kids, do your homework and be prepared. And then you have this outcome, and you have people putting children to bed tonight, and they're afraid of breakfast. They're afraid of, how do I explain this to my children?
The huge news, actually, the AP now projecting that Donald Trump has won the state of Pennsylvania.
That is the race, frankly. There is no path forward for Hillary Clinton.
We're going to make this decision now. The Fox News decision desk has called Pennsylvania for Donald Trump. This means that Donald Trump will be the 45th president of the United States, winning the most unreal, surreal election we have ever seen.
Everybody should head home. You should get some sleep. We'll have more to say tomorrow.
CNN can report that Hillary Clinton has called Donald Trump to concede the race.
The President-elect of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
Hillary has worked very long and very hard over a long period of time, and we owe her a major debt of gratitude for her service to our country. I mean that very sincerely. Now it's time for America to bind the wounds of division, have to get together. To all Republicans and Democrats and independents across this nation, I say it is time for us to come together as one united people. It's time.
How improbable is this, what we're seeing right now, that Donald Trump has defeated Hillary Clinton to become president-elect of the United States?
There has never been anyone elected to the presidency of this country who had not at least served in government or the military before. He is as much of an outsider as possible.
Hillary Clinton was brutally repudiated tonight, and Donald Trump's most populist arguments, rough as they were embraced.
Thank you all. I know how disappointed you feel because I feel it too. Donald Trump is going to be our president. We owe him an open mind and the chance to lead. Our constitutional democracy enshrines the peaceful transfer of power. And we don't just respect that, we cherish it. This loss hurts, but please never stop believing that fighting for what's right is worth it.
Coming up in part 2.
Donald, you're a sniveling coward.
A business genius, he is.
Jim Heath.
This portion of Lost in America, the story of election 2016, is made possible by...
When it comes to buying and selling real estate in San Diego, put your trust in local area experts Koshal Patel and George Verdugo, who have over 20 years of experience and more than $300 million in sales. Click on the link in the description below.
Finn Bay Lodge. Nestled in Rivers Inlet, British Columbia, Finn Bay Lodge is the sport fishing adventure you've been waiting for. Log on to finnbaylodge.com to book a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Additional support has been provided by
friends of the Jim Heath channel, like you. Please subscribe to the Jim Heath channel and like this video. Your continued friendship will guarantee future documentaries and features.
Thank you for your support.
Remembering Doris Jean Heath and her love of family and country.
What are we looking at right now? What are you saying?
Yeah. Yes, Aaron, I am off camera right now because I want to show you this. We've turned the camera around, panning around to the back of the arena. This is becoming violent. There is pushing and shoving going on inside this arena. People are throwing objects. Police are now escorting